The outrage over there are heads lined up won't stop. Haylizer, Dr. Kuroda, 45, who has been in hot water since yesterday, posted a video on Instagram saying she's going to dissect fresh corpses like a picnic. In front of a photo of lined-up heads, she's making a peace sign. It totally feels like she's out of person, but a new video has surfaced, and it's causing even more outrage. She said, "Well, the body I'm working on has quite a lot of fat, which makes dissection a bit challenging, but I managed to make the incisions properly. There's still more than half left to go, so I'll have to keep pushing, but I'm enjoying the process." Dr. Kuroda, who said she intended to blur all the bodies, made a somewhat apologetic excuse, while Chairman Aso from Tokyo Cosmetic Surgery, where she belongs, continued to apologize. Excuses like, "It's not a student dissection, it's for clinical doctors, so it greatly benefits the patients," or, "That's the United States, it's different from Japan's rules," keep piling up, causing uproar. Dr. Takasu, famous for jet ads, was furious. "Namu Amida Butsu, what a foolish doctor. Trash." He said, "Look at the community notes, it's common sense." The notes summarize that posting on social media is absolutely unacceptable, even in the US. In fact, posting on social media is prohibited in the US. There are strict rules and a consent form, and if you violate them, you could be expelled or fired, they say. Therefore, there's a real fear that doctors in Japan might not be able to perform autopsies in the US, and it's not a simple matter anymore. Then Director Aso organizes a fresh cadaver dissection workshop in Hawaii for 600,000 yen. He's quite the businessman. People are going to post fun stuff on social media about it. At first glance, the cold-hearted and passionate Horiman even says, "I really recommend giving up your medical license at this level." From my perspective, Dr. Aso should consider firing this doctor. "I know this doctor personally, which strengthens my opinion," said Horiman, a butcher acquainted with Ayumi Kuroda through triathlons. Even Hiroyuki, known for teasing, mentioned, "The cosmetic surgeon used specimens for Instagram aesthetics. They exploit life-saving skills for profit, risking health." I was wondering about the morality of cosmetic surgeons. I hope you all understand that the morality of cosmetic surgeons is pretty much like this. Just like I mentioned in yesterday's video, cosmetic surgeons aren't life-saving doctors, so I ended up making some light comments. The thing is, I really dislike the Japan Medical Association, and I have my doubts about the medical system for welfare recipients. I was thinking, why not direct your anger towards that, you intellectual giants? Speaking of intellectual giants, there's also the 87-year-old Dr. Takeshi Yoro. In his book, The Wall of Death, he mentioned that even in the anatomy lab, where we dissected corpses every day, there were cases where students found it difficult to continue and would quit within a week. This was the body of a professor who had taught me anatomy. He was very passionate about the body donation movement, so his own body was donated. However, even for us, who are used to handling corpses, there was a resistance to dissecting him. While some people might be okay with it, for the majority, it was a painful experience. When you dissect often or work as a doctor, you start to see humans as just objects. It's thought that way, but that's a misunderstanding. That's why we hesitated to dissect the bodies of teachers. Generally, we refer to a corpse as a Buddha, but it's hard when you're told to treat a Buddha. To consider how to handle a corpse, you have to consider what it actually is. In the end, I decided to view a corpse as a human being. Just like how we treat living people, we should treat corpses the same way. If you think that way, there's no inconvenience at all. That's all there is to it, right? If I were to be a body donor, I wouldn't want to dedicate my body to a doctor who jokes around like this. It's the most fundamental aspect for a doctor to face life, and if you turn away from that, it becomes an easy job, right? It's presumptuous of me to add my words to this. Tekoto.